So in today's podcast, we're going to look at the 5 autistic love languages, and these are mechanisms of authentic connection. Now, the most frequently identified autistic love languages are not simply replacements for the traditional 5 love languages. They're mechanisms of communication tailored to accommodate autistic cognitive and sensory needs. So we're going to look at all 5, and here's the first one. Info dumping. This is the language of shared passion and cognitive connection. Info dumping is the act of sharing a large, often continuous amount of information about a special interest or topic of deep passion. For the autistic individual, this is a vital form of connection, emotional regulation, and expression of intense joy. This behavior is fundamentally linked to the autistic brain's highly focused processing style, which excels at synthesizing details and patterns within specific domains. The thorough and detailed nature of the information shared is a direct reflection of this deep, specialized understanding. Info dumping serves as an invitation, revealing the inner landscape of the autistic person's mind and expressing affection through the sharing of what truly captivates them. The second love language is parallel play or body doubling. This is the intimacy of shared space. Parallel play or body doubling is a low-pressure form of quality time where individuals engage in separate activities alongside one another in the same space without the expectation of constant interaction. This is a crucial adaptation of the traditional quality time love language. For many autistic individuals, just being near others can be overwhelming. Parallel play offers comfort and allows for coexistence in a socially manageable way. It's an expression of love through reliable, non-demanding presence, allowing the autistic person to maintain routine, explore interest at their own pace, and avoid sensory overload. The third autistic love language is penguin pebbling. In other words, symbolic tokens of observation. Penguin pebbling involves spontaneously giving small, meaningful gifts or tokens, such as smooth pebbles, a relevant trinket, or flowers, that reminds the giver of the recipient. This unique form of communication originates from the mating ritual of penguins, which offers pebbles for nest building as a symbol of commitment and partnership. Unlike conventional gift giving tied to holidays or monetary value, pebbling is fundamentally spontaneous and symbolic. The value lies entirely in the intention and the demonstrable proof that the giver has observed and remembered something deeply meaningful about the recipient. It serves as a natural, nonverbal method of expressing affection for autistic individuals who find spoken words challenging due to social anxiety or communication differences. The third autistic love language is deep pressure. This is the kinesthetic language of regulation and security. Deep pressure is a form of physical contact involving firm therapeutic touch, such as the use of weighted blankets, a deep pressure massage, or a comforting bear hug. This input is often essential for sensory regulation, providing comfort and security. Many neurodivergent individuals describe the sensation of deep pressure as soothing body stress responses, metaphorically referring to it as crushing my soul back into my body. Deep pressure is highly individualized and necessitates strict consent. As traditional physical touch may be overwhelming due to sensory sensitivities, deep pressure requires intentional, explicit communication to ensure the experience is positive and comfortable. The categorization of this need as a love language functionally elevates sensory accommodation from a support strategy to a core imperative for relational intimacy. Failing to accommodate this need is perceived not merely as a lack of support, but as a failure to express love. The fifth and final autistic love language is support swapping or sharing spoons. In other words, the compassion for capacity. Support swapping, also known as spoon swapping, is a practice of traditional tasks or taking on responsibilities that a loved one may not have the cognitive or physical capacity, in other words, spoons, to complete on a given day. This practice uses spoon theory to identify and conserve energy levels. Each activity consumes a certain number of limited daily spoons, and when a neurodivergent partner is overwhelmed or experiences high executive functioning demands, offering one's spoons through support swapping is a demonstration of tangible compassion. Offering one's spoons demonstrates a concrete understanding of a loved one's fluctuating needs and limitations, specifically targeting stress reduction and sensory accommodation by alleviating tasks that might trigger overload. So these are the 5 autistic love languages. And the mechanisms of all of these demonstrate a reliance on nonverbal signals and deep shared knowledge, suggesting that autistic love languages function as high context communication. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you.